This cough just still won't go. How annoying, right? Hello. It is Bo. Good morning. It is a very windy day outside. I've just noticed. Like, damn. Hi there. So yesterday we went into town and I walked around town and it was definitely a mistake. Kinda dead now. Yeah, so I am in bed all day because I can't walk, so that's fun. But yeah, I want to film a little video because somebody commented on my last video about all the drawings, asking for just a more in-depth analysis. This is all that's left of that bat, by the way, guys, if you're in my live stream. Of the system relationship map and just explain some of the relationships a bit better and yeah, just go through it, you know. Ooh. Oh, I saw one of my neighbours coming in and I was like so thinking he was just gonna slam the door, but he didn't. How pleasant. Some neighbours can be pleasant. So yeah, so I'm gonna go through the system map and just explain it, you know? Let's just get into it. So this is what we're talking about, if you don't know. I'm gonna turn you like this way just a tad so that we have good angle here. Okay. This is my brain. There is one missing from here, but we don't know her name or what she really looks like yet, so we haven't added her yet, but there is one missing. This is most of us, I guess. This is most of us that we know, and this is very adaptable and very open to expand, so yeah. So yeah, let's start in the middle. So actually, the original idea I got from this is from an artist called Fukari, who had a lot of OC characters who all interact with this main OC really weirdly, and they didn't quite understand who was dating who, so he made a relationship map to explain it. So I got the idea to make a relationship map to display all of our system members and do it like these little headshot things. So that's what I did. So that's the context or the idea, I guess. So yeah, I started with the main. You start with the main person in the middle, which would probably be your host, because they would have the most connections, I guess, usually. Or you can start with someone who does have the most connections, you know. So my camera's gonna cut out. Why does it hates me? I'm gonna pause this here and get my memory back. Okay, we back. We back and we back at it. Let's carry on. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Okay, yes, as I was saying, start in the middle with the main person who has like the most connections. I'd start with the host if you're gonna do this, just because that kind of makes sense to me, you know? And then I would put closest connections nearby them. So if you see, I started with Bo. And then I did, who did I do next? Texas, I think. And I did Raya up here to make sure that she had plenty of room for all of her offspring. And then, like, you know, I added them all in slowly and slowly. So, let's get into mine specifically. So let's go. I'm a little nervous because it's like, oh, getting down and personal. But let's go. Okay, so Bo is in the middle, and the first immediate direction is Jane. Jane and Bo, well, Jane and me are twins. So we look exactly the same in the headspace, except for I have half and half hair and she doesn't. She's very natural and very let's go nuts. We are the only two of the system that identify with what the body looks like. So that's how we're twins. We're identical, so, and we're twins. So. And we're sisters. The next connection from me is Texas, and it says mother here, and I feel like this is going to confuse a bunch of people, but what I mean here is when I was younger, like much younger, back when my system was very first forming, and I'm talking like 4 or 5 years old, you know, back when Texas was very first formed. She acted as like a mother, like a parental caregiver, and she would, at the time it was me and Rebecca, she would sing to us, she would soothe us, care for us as young children, you know, up until we got to teenage years, in which she then turned into a persecutor. But originally she was a mother figure to me and Rebecca, so that's why that's there, because she still technically is, but like she's like a stepmom, you know. That's not, if your dad was married to a woman for most of your childhood and then when you were 16 they got divorced, you wouldn't just stop calling her your stepmom, you know. She'd still be in your life. So that's what Texas is like. How do I go? Okay, let's go up this way. Let's go this page. Let's go. So the next up is, so Raya is also my mama. She has adopted me and Jane when we're little, because we both age slide. So, well, she's adopted us when we're adults, so you can have a mama when you're an adult, you know. But Raya has adopted us, which is very adorable. And she has also adopted a bunch of littles. So these are our five main, so I was going to say that, 5 main littles. So they're not, so they have different names for Raya, that's why they have different things there. They all have different types of relationships with her. Like Ghost views Raya as more of a stepmom than a mum. Raya offered to adopt a Ghost, but she doesn't want a mother. She would much rather have that motherly option, but no actual familial bond. So she has adopted her as like a stepmom instead. So yeah. But the littles do not class themselves as siblings. They all have friends written between them, because they don't class themselves as siblings. They just share a mother. Like how lots of people in a foster home would share the same foster mother, but they wouldn't necessarily class themselves as siblings, I guess. Yes, but they're all very good friends. And then I'm going to ignore the ones that aren't connected by lines for now, and then we can come back to them, because that was added last. It looks messy and confusing, but if you just go for the ones that have lines first, and then it's a lot easier. So on this page, we have best friends. So my best friend in the system is Tracy, and her sister is Darcy. We also have down here my little brother in the system is Toast. Kind of just adopted him as that. He kind of always saw me as like a big sister, but now we've kind of just said, yeah, screw it, you're my little bro. Let's go for it, you know. And his best friend is Kyle. And then we also have Chloe and H just dotted in there because they are my friends as well. So we have friends. Yeah, and then down the bottom here we have Jake and Toast are also brothers. But I guess I don't consider Jake to be my brother. I consider Toast because he's like a, you know, like when there's like a small kid in your friendship group and you're like, oh come on, I'll adopt you as my little bro. Whereas I think Jake and Toast are like actually brothers. I'm not sure. But he's adopted Jake as like a little bro. I think it might have gone like that I've adopted Toast and Toast has adopted Jake. So yeah, there's that. And then down the bottom here we have Benjamin, who is a younger version of Toast. We believe that they were originally like one altar, and then split into two, or I don't know, but they're two separate versions of the same kind of. It's very bizarre. They are both interjects. They don't look anything like the person, but they're both interjects of an abuser that we had, who had very intermittent behaviour. They would sometimes be very aggressive and on fire and don't talk to me, I hate you, which was predictable, but they would just storm off, you know. But then they'd also have this demeanour of being very quiet and very sinister, and that's when you knew something fucked up was happening, and that's when you knew something was going to go wrong, you know, was when they were quiet and they were still and calm and, you know, yeah. So it's like, although the aggressive and firecracker bam 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 behavior was aggressive, it was predictable and non-threatening, because you knew that it was just firecrackers going off, you know, it was just whereas like you knew that when they were quiet that this was a grenade waiting to go off, you know, is the best way I can describe it. You know, little firecrackers seem aggressive, but they're really not, and once they're over and they just go away. So Toast and Benjamin, tying it back around, Toast and Benjamin took on either side of that either side of that abuser. So Toast took on the puppy, aggressive, swears a lot, very feisty, snap back aggression, gets very agitated at nothing, just aggression with no reason, but no real threat. Whereas Benjamin he's only like 4 years old, but he is dead silent and he is sinister as shit, and he represents that like silent grenade going off, you know. So yeah, he's very freaky. I don't like him. He just sits there like, he was just like a horror movie child. It's really creepy in my head. He wears a little bow tie. It's adorable. He's adorable, but he's freaky. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. And you can see it, look, you know, that Benjamin's got the same hair as Toast, and yeah. So then I just went through my handy list of alters and filled in the gaps of people who don't have any connections to anyone. So Christopher, C. Browning, No Name, Mimi, Robot, and then Alice and Haley down here. So they're the ones that we don't know enough about. Have only ever fronted once or twice, never fronted at all, or they just don't have any connections. They really keep themselves to themselves. Like C. Browning is like our Siri interface, kind of Google, I guess. So she wouldn't have any kind of relationship bonds because she is literally like a computer. Christopher keeps to himself. No Name it literally is a persecutor and is a bitch. She's not very nice. She likes to be mean and keep herself to herself. Mimi has only been in the headspace a couple times. A robot has only fronted a couple times. Haley has only fronted a couple times, and we've had like flashbacks and shit from Haley throughout the years, but only recently known that it was her. She stays in the head, like far back in the headspace. And Alice is a little shit and doesn't want to make any familial bonds or anything because she likes being her queen on her little pedestal at the top of the stairs. For context of where Alice lives, let's have a look. So everyone else in our headspace either lives in one of these 8 rooms, one of these 8 rooms, or they live in either A or B. Alice, the entitled shit, lives there. She lives in this room. The only room at the top of the stairs. And the only room that's like singled off from anyone. And she feels like she's royalty because of it. So, yeah. Let's get that back up again. I'm sorry. Where? So that's our map. And it does look confusing, but it's not. Once you figured it out slowly, start from the center out, you can figure it out. And like, you don't have to do circles with the people in it. You don't have to do headshots. You can do like torso up or full body if you want to squeeze that in, you know. You could even just draw like a full body person here and then a full body person here and then, you know, not in any kind of bubble. You don't have to connect them with lines. They can be arrows or squiggly lines or rainbow lines or whatever, you know. But feel free to make your own relationship map. Please don't copy ours exactly, but yeah. There you go. Hope you get it. Hope you understand. Hope it makes some sense to you. And finally, before I go, I wanted to show you a little thing I've been making. Let's turn this back to me a bit now. Oh, hi, I missed you. Look how tall these drawers are. We got another set of drawers and shoved them in half, and you can like make the other ones taller. So now we have like super tall drawers, and the rats are there now. And we have this up here now. Everything's moving. It's all cool. But yes, my mother chucked this like scrap of fabric, and it was like clearly someone had just cut the inner lining of like a jacket out. So I sewed the so this is where the shoulder actually is, and then I sewed this bit back together from where they'd cut it so recklessly, and then this one's a little higher up, but you know, it's black, it doesn't matter. So I sewed them and then shaped it and hemmed it, and I'm gonna add these super gorgeous pockets. So this one on this side, and then this purple one on this side. They're held up by tape right now, but oh well. Yeah, so I'm gonna sew those on, and then I'm gonna put some thread all like around the hem, some like embroidery thread, and it's gonna be well nice. And it's gonna be a cute little vesty thing that I made. Yeah, so that's the agenda. Hope you enjoyed hearing about our relationship map and hearing some of the relationships in our system explained a bit more. Feel free to drop any comments or questions down below about some of the relationships or about any of the members in our system, and I will try my best to answer them. Yeah, I'm gonna go, and I'll see you soon.